Hey, I'm Rafa, and today I'm going to talk about the eponymous Waterways by Kyell. And now, I guess for anyone that doesn't know about Waterways, it's kind of the book or the other book, depending how you look at it, that is like really famous in the fandom. At least to the point that when I started looking at doing videos on YouTube, I looked at like other people that reviewed fairy books, and I could really only find two other people, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, they both did Waterways, and then I think they both did Out of Position. Yeah, I did, or at least one of them did, and then the other guy just did a Rukus's book, and he did a bunch more other book reviews, and then that's all it really is. And there was like the other guy, and then he did do. So yeah, basically, really, there's only like two other videos, like Out of Position and Waterways, and then they both did like another book each, and I'm like, you know what, I want to talk more about fairy books. So, and then I didn't really want to do Waterways or Out of Position too soon, because everyone's heard about them. But I figured I may as well get this out of the way. Not to say that it's not an unenjoyable book. I don't like it. I really did like it. I know I've read it at least 3 or 4 times, and it is enjoyable. And I probably will read it later this year or next year. Like, it's just one of those ones where it is nice to go back and read. Though, I mean, granted, it is quite old now. It was published in 2007. Yeah, January 2007. I read it like last night, and the front page, and then this one I think is a public reprint in 2008. It's still first edition, but I know I got it years after the fact. Because in 2008, I was in my final year, or last 2 years of high school, and I could not buy things online, because, I was under 18 and everything. And I don't know, at least, I mean, I don't think Waterways, hit the scene. I know when Out of Position came out, like, the year after, that was the big thing, and I still remember seeing, those posts up on F-Chan or something like that, where it's like, oh, can someone please post this comic? And it's like the front page of like the cover of Out of Position, and I think that someone did like scan the whole book and upload it as a PDF, and it's like really, like, just buy it. And then I know these days it's a lot easier because you've got the ebooks and everything. And I guess that is one reason why people don't want the physical book, because, turn it on the back, open it up, it's pretty fucking gay. But we're not talking about Out of Position, we're talking about Waterways, which is also pretty fucking gay, though not on that high extreme level. Because it's a clean book. Kyell wrote it as love stories for teenagers to help that are going through rough periods, with coming out and everything. And it follows the story of, I wouldn't say he's a whiny character. I mean, I'm sure like everyone's kind of been there, but he's a bit mopey sometimes, which isn't a bad thing. It's just like, if you read it for like the 5th time, it's like, oh my god. But it follows Corey, who is the otter, and he is coming to grips with finding out he has feelings towards this new guy he just met, this fox, Smarky, and finding out that he's gay. And it goes from there. It's a nice story, like, complications arise because he's trying to hide everything, but, keep a relationship going with Smarky. And Smarky really is really patient and just, like, oh, like, he doesn't really get really too annoyed, except towards the end with Corey. He just wanting to be like, oh, let's not let everyone know, and he's like, Samaki is a bit more forward and outgoing, and spoilers, it comes to the head towards the end of the book, where they have a bit of a falling out, and so I stumbled with explaining the story last night, because I recorded something then, and my voice sounded like shit, and it's starting to sound like shit right now. Yeah, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble explaining the later parts of the book. I think it's because it is one of those ones that you should definitely read, and I feel like going into it too much takes away a lot of that enjoyment, which is weird considering this is coming from someone who likes reading spoilers, and, you know, I like knowing the end of the book, or reading the synopsis of a movie, because I find more enjoyment knowing what's going to happen, and then seeing how they get there. But with Waterways, I feel like if it was one of those stories that someone told me, like, oh, this happens, I'll be like, oh, well, alright, and I wouldn't enjoy it as much. Like, I'd still read it. I mean, it's not really, there's no shock twist towards the end where it turns out Smarky was a woman all along. Or anything like that. It is a nice ending. Oh, and speaking of endings, there's never gonna be a sequel to Waterways. Those characters are dead. That was definitely one of my favourite jokes in terms of like the Unsheep podcast and running jokes in general, is that at conventions and stuff, like Kyell Gold would constantly get asked like, oh, is there going to be a sequel to Waterways? And he's like, I think there's one where he's like, I think it was like KM or something, where it's like, oh, you can go to my website, kyellgold.com/FAQ and go fuck yourself. Or something to that regard. I know Kyell Gold didn't say it because he read some tune, but it's still like, just go read that, and there's like, I think it's like number 2 or something, it's like, no. And there are definitely some great characters in it. They're definitely memorable. Like, my favourite one's still Malia, who's this, I think she's a fruit bat. She's got bat wings, and she sleeps upside down. And she, because Corey starts working at this Rainbow House, I think it's called. It's basically like a house where, like, you know, all these gay LGBT teens that are having problems go there. And Malia's one of the residents, and she keeps getting beat up by her dad. I think her mum's dead, and she doesn't like the house because everyone's too happy, and they're like, oh, things will get better, and she's very jaded. She's like, nah. And she really only finds solace in Corey. Like, she gets along really well because I think the fact that Corey is a bit naive, and he's still pretty pessimistic in regards, like, he's not, oh, how to put this, like he doesn't really lie to Malia, like, he doesn't have this illusion of truth that, you know, being out and proud is gonna make everything, like, better, I guess, something like that, and she really takes to him, and, yeah, there's this bit in the part where she, ends up going back. And then, oh yeah, I think that's it, yeah. Yeah, she stays back with her dad and gets put in hospital because, she doesn't hide that she likes women, like, at all. And, I think he's a bit of a drunk or something as well. And she ends up in hospital, and then, Smarky and Miss Roden, Smarky's mum, and Corey and Nick and his mum, they go see her in hospital, and I think this is where Yeah, it's where Corey comes out to his mum because she's like, "How do you know her? Like, what she like? What happened to her?" And oh, she was also saying all these like very big obligatory remarks, and Corey gets a bit like pissed off about it and like opens up, and yeah, basically he's kicked out of the house when they get back home. Well, not really directly by her. She's like, if something like, if you're not gonna change your ways or repent or whatever, then you can just leave. And then he just leaves. Then he stays at Samaki, and then they move out together. Which I'm super jealous of the fact is just, you know, the idea of American housing where, you know, two people without a job can somehow live because rent's super cheap over there. I wish I could do that. Like, it's even like other books where it's like, this guy's just doing some retail job and he has an apartment somewhere, and like, I wish I could do that in Australia without living in the middle of fucking nowhere. But whatever. And yeah, and then they're getting ready to graduate high school, and Corey and Samaki are growing together as people. And it is a nice, sweet story by the end. It is. I don't know if it is one of those must-reads anymore. Definitely back in the day, it was, you know, one of the only reads. But it was a must-read. These days, I'd like to say there are other stories that have done it better, but I guess there's more better stories, if that makes any sense. Like, I think everyone's read, you know, gay teen comes out in high school and finds a boyfriend and they live together happily after. And it doesn't do too much different, other than that it is a lot better well written than probably some of the short stories out there. And there really isn't any grating parts. Like, everything that the writing's pretty stellar. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's so loved, because it's pretty good. I don't know if there's much else to say. I feel like there's always just like, you know, everything else has been said before. I feel like I'm just treading over old ground. Like, it's Waterways, it's good, like, you know. Unless you don't know, but then you now know, and I guess if you want to read it, go read it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because last night I recorded this, well, a first take of this, and my voice sounded shit, and I rambled a bit more. And, one of the points I raised is that, I don't know if it was the first Forrester Universe book, but, or short story in general, because it was, the first two parts were short stories on So Furry, and then he worked them together and made them a novel. And yeah, I don't know if it's the first short stories that had the Forrester Universe. It definitely the novel definitely solidified it, because there's a lot of the mainstays that get worked out in the novel. So there's Orwell Act, which is the thing that, like, you know, all species need to be treated the same, and, you know, like, say, yeah, like, if you have a hotel room, there needs to be, like, a bar for, like, you know, the bat people and shit like that. Or you can't discriminate between species and stuff like that. Which gets brought up in the Out of Position series. And then there's also, I think Nutricent starts here. I'm pretty sure it might just be Out of Position. And then, I feel like that's, like, name dropped every freaking chapter towards the later books that he's written. Yeah, just, you know, it fleshes out the world more. Yeah, I don't think there's too much other behind the scenes stuff or tertiary information I could dole out, because it was written a while before, like, Unsheathed and I think Not Cast. I think Not Cast started at the end of 2008, 2009, so there's nothing there. yeah, Kyell hadn't written much before this either. Like, it was just Vol and Pendant of Fortune and a few short stories and in Heat and whatever here and there. And I think that's really just it. Like, I can't think of too much. I know in the other recording I did go into how Corey why Corey was at the public pool, and I think that said a lot about his character, because he wanted to get away from his usual world without really knowing why, which I think is, to sum it up, is pretty cool. And Samaki was there because he's I don't know. Oh yeah, because yeah, he was there because he was swimming at the public pool, so he could learn to swim better, so that he could go to the pool that he thought that Corey would go to, because he's a creepy stalker. And no, Samaki's pretty cool. I like Samaki. There's a lot of cute things, and yeah, I think that's really just it. I'm gonna sit here for a minute too, because I'm oh yeah. The art is by Kuna, I think it is. He's famous for his big buff, cartoony style. Kuna. And not the same. I just thought that he did an illustration for something else either. He probably did. I've just totally gone blank. There's some nice interiors too. Like, where is it? Well, there's that one of Samaki and Corey at the pool. Samaki looks pretty freaking dopey there. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's really just it. Well, there's the cool part where Samaki was, learning to drive, and that's right. Back when I didn't have my driver's license, I mean, it was pretty typical for most people to have their driver's license by the time they were 18, at least the red provisional driver's license, something like that. And I didn't get to, I was 21. And I know when I was around about 2019, I think I was reading it again for some reason, and I was getting really upset, oh man, even Samaki can drive and I can't drive. And then I think I was watching Daria, and there was another scene where Daria got her license. I was like, oh man, Daria can drive and I can't drive. Oh man, I remember that. I know I read it at work a bit. Where else did I read it? I think I just read it at home. I know it's been a while now. I know I got it a long time ago as well. I think 2010 probably. Yeah, I think I'm done. I mean, it's Waterways, You can buy it at Fur Planet. You can buy it at Sofa Wolf. You can buy it at Rabbit Fan. I think there is an ebook. There probably is an ebook. Oh yeah, there is. There is no audiobook. Kyell was planning to do it. He had it kind of lined up, and then the narrator that he got just couldn't work on it anymore, and then he kind of scrapped the project. So whether that comes back or not, I don't know. It probably won't. I think I'm done. Yeah. So, anyway, I've been Rafer, and I've been talking about Waterways. Woo! I forgot to mention how fucking cool the honest houses are. Fucking pools in them and water slides and shit. Oh man, that was cool.